Today we're going to talk about conditional versus unconditional love, how that relates to relationships, and how it ties into narcissism. While you're here, my name is Claire. Welcome. Go ahead, like this video and subscribe if you're new, and let's go ahead and get right into it. So when we talk about conditional versus unconditional love in relationships, in parenting and childhood, what is the right way to go, and how does that relate to narcissism? So I have a really concise quote here from Wikipedia. In conditional love, love is earned on the basis of conscious or unconscious conditions being met by the lover, whereas in unconditional love, love is given freely to the loved one no matter what. Now, when we are talking about conditional versus unconditional love, we might automatically think, oh, unconditional love is the way to go. If you are creating conditions on someone, then that's not love, etc. And that is a good argument at face value. But at the same time, if you are in a relationship and it is toxic and your conditions of basic needs aren't being met, such as if there's abuse or if there's physical abuse, emotional abuse, manipulation, etc., those are conditions that you don't have to deal with. So, for example, you might have the condition that you will love and stay in this relationship if the other person communicates with you in a healthy way, if the other person does not manipulate you, does not emotionally abuse you. Those will be your conditions. And those conditions are, they're a good way to protect yourself from being abused. Because if you're to think about unconditional love in a relationship, and you're thinking, well, I have to unconditionally love my partner no matter what, even if they abuse me, even if they hit me, even if they gaslight me all the time, I'm still going to love them and be there for them, then you are actually doing yourself a disservice when you should walk away. So in that way, conditional love, if you're with a narcissist, is really important because it gives you that condition of respect, of basic needs being met, of not being abused, or you will walk away. And you may still hold unconditional love if you are really in that high vibration of love where you can see the best in everyone no matter what, to where you will still love that person even if they have abused you, even if they have hurt you. In a parent relationship, for example, if that person has gaslighted you your whole life, but you still can hold unconditional love to them because, you see the good qualities, you see the best in them. They are your parental figure, for example. But even with that unconditional love, you have to protect yourself and step away from that relationship if it is not meeting your conditions. So step away from that person, even if you do love them unconditionally, even if you can see past their abusive qualities, because you have to love yourself first and you have to protect your energy first. Now, if we were to switch this over, and if we were to think about the extremes of conditional love when used in a narcissistic way, we're going to flip that and see how conditional love can also be toxic. It can be protective if you're using it as a baseline to not be abused, to get your basic needs met, etc. But it can also be used by narcissists to further wrap you into their control and to further destroy your self-esteem. And that's when conditional love becomes toxic to you, and that's when it becomes a tool of control by the narcissist. If you do something that they don't like, even if it's not abusive, even if it's not doing anything wrong, even if you are innocent and genuine in your intentions, you're living your life, you're just being yourself, you're harming no one. But if it is something that they do not like and that they feel that they are losing control over you, they will use this conditional love to manipulate you. So basically, you can think of conditional love in that way as being very toxic, because you are getting love, love, love if you're hanging out with them all the time, if you're calling them all the time, if you are updating them all the time, texting them, etc. But as soon as you go and hang out with someone else, or as soon as you need to take some time for yourself, or as soon as you want some space to, to work on something or do something, they punish you by withdrawing completely, going cold on you, basically giving you the least amount of attention as possible and making you feel guilty and making you feel like you're not receiving that love. You're not receiving, the attention and the excitement to see you. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, like I must be really not deserving of love because I need time alone. So maybe I don't need time alone. Maybe I shouldn't hang out with someone else, because then I won't get love from this person, from the narcissist. So you stop doing these things, and little by little you're stripped of your entire identity, you're stripped of your hobbies, you're stripped of other relationships, because that narcissist wants full control, and they want you to be at their beck and call. They want you to be focused on them all the time. And if you're not focused on them all the time, you won't get that love from them. That is toxic conditional love, and that is a manipulative tactic used by narcissists that you want to be aware of. So if this is happening to you, and if you are feeling like, you're just living your life, you're being your best self, you're doing you, and the narcissist in your life is withholding love for whatever reason, maybe you're not doing something the way they want you to, so they're going to withhold love, then that is toxic, and you shouldn't have to stand for that. You should be able to go into a relationship being your best self and still having that relationship maintained and feeling like you're getting your needs met in terms of love. As long as you're not doing anything wrong to them, you're not abusing them, you're not hurting them, then they should let you live your life, and they should still give you that love and the attention that a relationship deserves. So I hope you enjoyed this video, my beautiful divine diamonds. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And if you do have any other questions about narcissism, feel free to comment below. And I will see you guys in my next video. And remember, as always, you are so powerful. Bye, guys.